Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel, Our Authentic Tarot. My name is Cecily, and in this video we'll be receiving important messages for the collective sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cross-watchers are always welcome, and roles very much can be reversed. Please take these messages with a grain of salt, for nothing is set in stone. If this message happens to not resonate with you, that is perfectly okay. What's not for you may be for somebody else. So with that being said, please like this video to help push it into the algorithm to reach those who it is intended for. And please do hit that subscribe button to become part of the collective here at Our Authentic Tarot. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified on future uploads as well. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get comfortable, grab your snacks, your favorite drink, and let's get into this reading. I hope you're all doing well today. I hope everybody is feeling okay. The season is finally starting to shift, so that is beautiful. Here in California, the weather is starting to cool down a little bit. It goes from like being like, it feels nice, you know what I mean? It's not too hot. And then randomly the temperature rises and it gets hot, it gets stressful, but hey, what can you do, right? Gemini, this is getting interesting pretty quickly. Excuse me, sorry, I'm due for some coffee here in a little bit. Okay, so what it's looking like right now, Gemini, is like you were being, I don't want to say idolized, but you have some admirers, people who are very impressed with your beauty, with your nurturing nature, with the home, the foundation that you have built for yourself. They praise who you are in every essence possible. Now, I do feel like there is a specific person nearby that is kind of sort of wanting to impress you, trying to catch your eye. They are really putting in all of their efforts, but they are kind of sort of coming exhausted. It's almost as if they used all their tricks that were in their bag. Now, this person may be a partner. This person can be a family member. They very much do put in a lot of work to appease you, and they really do care about how you view them. I think sometimes this individual, I'm starting to believe, given these cards, that this is actually, in fact, a love interest. So it may be a person, you know, of interest. It might be a husband, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, whatever the case may be for you, Gemini. This person admires the way that you are able to create, how you are able to manifest, how you are able to reach goals, and you very much push them to want to do the same. This individual is very passionate about the things that they do. I think where you inspire them is they have the passion, but they just don't have the will, and you have both. Right now, Gemini, you are coming into a time of being very enlightened. I think that if you haven't started already, there is some shadow work that very much can be done. I do feel like there are some things that you have neglected for your own personal growth, and I don't think the people around you see that. I think they very much praise you for doing everything that you can. But there are some things within yourself where you're just like, I am not doing enough. And you might be a little bit hard on yourself right now, Gemini. I think you are doing the best that you can do. I mean, there is always room for growth. Oof, it's finances. You want more money. You might even be wanting to travel a lot more, but might not even have the expenses to do so right now. I think your fixation on finances right now, Gemini, is kind of like causing a block. It's almost as if you are turning, like your manifesting is starting to linger more into like anxiety, where instead of just letting things flow, you're kind of panicking. And your panic is putting up this wall because you have that, what if it doesn't work out? What if it's, things don't work in my favor? What if I get rejected? Whatever the case may be. Whatever negative thoughts it is that you are consciously or subconsciously thinking, these blockages very much need to be worked on. Things very much are going to be you are going to be experience a turn of events, if you will, Gemini. You need to not be so hard on yourself right now. I think this teamwork with this other person is going to start picking up. I think that a lot of the things that you find yourself needing help with, I think that in the future you are going to be receiving the assistance that is needed when you need it. I do think too here, Gemini, that instead of just thinking that you could do everything by yourself, you need to be more vocal. You already know this. You need to be more vocal about the things that you are wanting and needing at this time. Don't be afraid to ask for help. I know it sounds like very basic, but you really need to hear that right now, Gemini. You need to not be so afraid to ask for help. It is okay to not have everything figured out. It is okay to pretend like you are okay when you're not, but when your temporary act becomes like a permanent personality trait, that's where it kind of gets a little iffy. And I don't want to say toxic, but I don't really know another word to use to explain it. But the mask, you have to be able to know when to take that mask off. And you can't always be extremely strong. I understand that there are a lot of responsibilities that you carry. But you have to remember that it is okay to, tap into your youthfulness. It's okay to be spontaneous at times. You have to, and I hate using the word balance, but you have to figure out a way, I guess, to incorporate fun with responsibility. If you can't take time to put, to get out of the house or put, your laptop or your phone down for work, and like if you can't figure out how to really just step back away from the worries and woes and enjoy your life or take a trip, then you're going to have to figure out a way to incorporate fun into your daily activities. Because when you start off loving something and then it starts to get so stressful that you lose the joy in it, or you become like ungrateful or just exhausted from doing what you love or doing what once upon a time you loved, like you have to ground yourself. I think, honestly, why do I keep wanting to say Pisces? Gemini, I don't know when the last time you went out and touched grass, but you very much need to do so. Whether it's a river, a lake, or a park with some sort of water fixture, I do feel like there is a need to be around water for you. which is kind of interesting because Gemini, you are an air sign, but I mean, some of you might have heavy water signs in your charts, but getting out in nature and getting a nice breath of fresh air and just talking to nature, having a conversation with universe, maybe even like going out and writing in a gratitude journal. This might be something that you guys have, that some of you have done in the past that you have stopped. For those of you that have done this, well, maybe you go and sit in the yard or in the garden or maybe a local park where you sit and you just journal, draw, or read. I think that could be beneficial for you to start doing at this time. Gemini, you are starting, it's kind of this individual that I had mentioned earlier that is kind of like, oh, how do I impress Gemini? How do I appease their wants, their needs? How do I impress them? How can I be of service of them? They're just so beautiful to me. They're just so handsome to me. They're just so perfect, and I want to do everything that I can to stick around them, for them to want me to stick around and be around them. Like, I don't want to let this go. I feel like you also have the same sort of insecurities and self-doubt. I feel like this person, this partner, or this whoever this individual might be, that is where you guys mirror each other. So if in your relationship you have found yourself questioning, like, what do we have in common? Like, we have nothing in common. They like these things, I like these things. They're always out and about, I stay at home, or vice versa. Like, what do we have in common? Well, unfortunately, what you have in common is your need of wanting to be wanted, and just doubting that what you're doing isn't enough. Like, you just did I word that properly? Well, even if I didn't, I'm sure you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Overall, you very much are loved, you very much are adored, and yes, things may be stressful at this time, Gemini, but you just have to ground yourself, do some journaling, acknowledge your emotions when they are there. Don't just, don't just shove them into a drawer and pretend like they don't exist for the sake of keeping the peace, or having to tend to other responsibilities. You are your greatest responsibility, Gemini. You are your greatest responsibility. If you are not okay, nothing else around you is going to be okay. If you are doubting yourself, those around you are going to feel doubted. If you are hostile, you are going to create a hostile environment for the people, your family, your friends around you. When you are not okay inside, Gemini, the world outside of you very much is going to be affected by that. So, I'm going to pull, actually, 2 cards from my Secret Gardens Oracle. Let's see what message we can close out with for you. Oop. That wasn't. I hate when I do that. I hate when I sloppy shuffle. We have the Strength card here and the Success card. So Strength says, don't let weeds and thistles cultivate in your garden. And then our Success card says, bloom wherever you are planted. Believe in yourself a little bit more, Gemini. Don't let others' opinions and, again, the stresses of the world take away your shimmer and sparkle, okay? Everything is going to be okay. I really do hope that this message helps you gain some sort of clarity, comfort, or maybe even confidence with the direction that you are going to be headed. Please remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and most importantly, continue to be authentically you. That is all for this video. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next one.
Like and subscribe.